Hello and welcome back to Strip to the Soul, where we deep dive into all things inner work, self-love, and basically what it means to be a woman in today's world. My name is Jade, if you don't know me already. And first of all, thank you so much for choosing to listen to this today. Today, we are going to be deep diving into something truly transformative, in my opinion, and that is how to become your own dream girl. This isn't about changing who you are to fit someone else's standards or becoming someone else's ideal partner, because I personally see so much of this online. It's like how to become this to attract this, or how to do this to get the man, and all of these things, which I think are great in their own right. But the problem is, it's the theme of them seems to be transforming yourself in order to get the guy or, get someone else, rather than transforming yourself for yourself. And I feel that that's far more powerful, because then you aren't becoming a different version of yourself. So, for example, there's a lot of stuff online about black cat energy. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But basically, it's like, what if you're not a black cat? And now all of a sudden you're applying all these tips and tricks and advice. And although they might be good, it's not the essence of really who you are. And I personally feel that we should be peeling back the layers and getting to the core of who we are on a deep soul level, so that we can be the very best, most magnetic, energetic, beautiful version of us that we can be, without the conditioning from society or without our fears or our traumas kind of getting in the way. So I thought we should talk about how we can evolve into the version of you that you dream of being, because I believe these dreams of who we really want to be on a deep level is actually our highest self. And this is the person that ideally is who we feel we're destined to be. It's like we know we could be that. And I always say, I feel like things are planted in our heart for a reason. And so I want to talk about stepping into your own power and living the life that you've envisioned, and doing it all for you and not for someone else. And then I believe that when you are the most transformed, elevated, magnetic version of yourself, that you're going to attract these people in anyway. So the focus isn't on them, it's more on you. And today we're going to talk about the power of upgrading your life, and why mindset might be the thing that's potentially holding you back. And also, sometimes how we can get it wrong when we are trying to do good. Like I said, trying to change ourselves into someone that's not authentically us. And also what happens if we don't evolve and don't work towards being our highest self. Because transforming yourself, I believe, is the ultimate act of self-love. And transformation isn't change. You're not trying to change who you are. You're trying to elevate who you are. So yes, grab your tea, your coffee, whatever you're doing, you're driving, stay safe, and let's get into it. So I want to talk about first the power of upgrading yourself, because me and my girlfriends have been talking about this lately, coming up to a new year, and I just turned 30. And so we've been on this upgrade hype, and I love it. Just surrounding yourselves with women who are in that same energy as you. And if you don't have that, it's okay, you've got me. But let's talk about the idea of upgrading yourself. If I think of a laptop or something random like that, what happens if it doesn't update and upgrade? It slows down and it doesn't work as efficiently. Not that you are a laptop, you are a divine being. However, you're not, up to speed with new opportunities and new challenges, or, new things that are available to us. So we have to constantly keep on upgrading ourselves to attract these better things in our life and be able to hold more, right? Be able to take on more opportunities, being able to receive more abundance. And the same applies to us. Upgrading us is all about up leveling new habits, our mindsets, and basically our whole environment and life to align with the person that you want to become, which is what I refer to as my highest self. And in order to do this, in order to become your highest self, it's about creating routines that make you feel alive and choosing things that excite you and surround yourself with people who lift you up, whilst also like showing yourself so much self-love and just pouring into yourself. So when you upgrade your life, even in the smallest of ways, like I said, like deciding to eat better or go to the gym or, work on your mindset, read a book, set a boundary, you are sending a powerful message to yourself. I am worth it. Like, I am worth this. I just made a whole masterclass and it's only like $22, so cheap, on how to basically own your worth and see your worth. And then, how to also manifest your dream life and have the ultimate glow up. So I will leave a link to that in the show notes. But those little changes, no matter how small, they start to compound over time, and you are constantly reinforcing to yourself that you are worth being taken care of. You are worth, being in a beautiful space and place. And even if you're the only one giving this to you, you're setting that energy and telling yourself, like, this is what I deserve. And then also that's what, you're going to then attract in. Now, often, the big elephant in the room, why we're not our highest self yet, sometimes it's our own fault. And, I'm not perfect. I'm not out here pretending I am. Trust me, I'm not. But I do try. And I think that's the key thing, is trying. But the big thing that can set us back from time to time is our mindset. And I personally have just come out of what I would consider a dark night of the soul. Like, when I say I hit rock bottom this year, like twice actually, like I would say like it was like a rock bottom and then like a mini rock bottom and then a severe rock bottom. And so I can now come out of the other side of that and be like, wow, I was in such a bad, low place mentally. Like, I had almost like what I felt like given up hope. I just didn't see a future. I couldn't find it in me to, try and create something and make something and do something. And I was just so hurt, especially by men, that I had really lost that sort of excitement for life. And I had to build it up step by step, brick by brick, and really had to find that worth within myself and really start to manifest and visualize my new life and dream life and actually start to create it. So when I say that our mindset is so important, it really is the thing that can hold us back, because it did hold me back for quite a while when I was really having to navigate so many, awful things at once, like such as heartbreak and being cheated on and just losing a job and all of the things. But also it's the story then that we tell ourselves when all of these things are happening. And we don't even realize it sometimes that, we're telling ourselves that we're a failure, or I should just give up, or I'm not lovable, or whatever it is. But that isn't true. The truth is your mindset is the foundation of your transformation. I named that a module in my course, actually. That's why it just came to my mind. But the foundation of transformation. If you keep on operating from a place of scarcity, self-doubt, or fear, you are truly never going to see the potential that is right in front of you. And that is actually you. Because I had so much fear when I lost my job and I just, gone through a breakup. So I didn't have I felt like the capacity to even think about what to do. And so I started telling myself these stories, and I had to catch myself and start reprogramming my mind and take ownership of my life if I wanted to change. Because if not, I was just going to stay the same and I wasn't going to upgrade. And this shift happens when you decide to rewrite the narrative in your head. So instead of saying things like, I can't, or it won't happen, or you're asking yourself why. Instead, you have to shift the language that you're speaking to yourself and remind yourself that you're already worth it and it's already within you, and you just have to embody that and then become that version of yourself and make the changes and the habits that you need to with your mindset and your life. And it simply is as powerful as that. Because I do think about it, like where I was in such a bad place. Like I could have easily still been there. If I was still in that space and place, I can tell you now, I would not be recording this podcast. You know, I could have left Bali because I was in a place where I thought, I can't live here anymore. I can't build a life for myself. I can't make money. Like all of these stories I was telling myself, I'm never going to find a man here. So why am I here? And this is just like a mindset shift. And to get real, if we don't evolve, we're going to stay in the same place mentally, emotionally, physically. Like your whole life becomes stagnant. You stop growing. You are certainly not glowing, and you stop seeing the beauty and the joy of life and all the opportunities that are around you. And you do start to then like create resentment towards yourself and your circumstances and basically the world around you, which is when you can be in that space and place of like, I hate life and I'm depressed. And if I typed into my phone, I'm depressed, into my WhatsApp, I can guarantee there's more times than I can count on my fingers that I was in this mindset of saying this to my friends, because that's the story I was telling myself on an emotional level. And yeah, the emotions were real. The heartbreak was real. The scarcity was real. However, even if you have no money or you get your heart broken, say whatever it is, it's not to deny that experience. I'm not denying that experience. I got my heart absolutely shattered. Yet, I had a choice with how I chose to heal and grow and take those experiences that I've had and take the lessons and use it as fuel for my fire to develop as a person. So I took that heartbreak and oh my God, it has up-leveled me in ways. I'm going to make a whole episode on how to make, your life better because of a heartbreak. Basically, like I evolved so much from a person breaking my heart because I took that and I was like, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I do better in relationships? How could I show up better? What am I proud of? Like, how resilient am I? Like, what am I going to do to heal my heart? Like, how am I going to help myself get the books, do the journaling, speak to people, whatever it is. And wow, I just can tell you, an experience is going to happen, but what you do after that is up to you. We can't always control the things that happen to us in life. It's very much out of our control, especially when other people are involved or a boss is involved and, circumstances are out of our hands. Maybe it's divine timing, maybe it's divine alignment, or God's getting involved. I'm not entirely sure, okay? But what I do know is that we can do something about it. And the scary part is staying stuck does actually mean that you're not stepping into your purpose because you're staying where you are. And like in those moments where you are isn't where you want to be. And I believe that all of us have a very unique path and gift. Like nobody is the same. There is certain things that, we can all relate on. Like me saying I got my heart broken. I'm pretty sure there's people here listening saying that they got their heart broken as well. And if you didn't, oh my God, I honestly love that so much for you. But we get our heart broken in different ways, right? But we do have our own unique, light that we bring to the world. And if you're not being the fullest version of yourself, it's like, what are you doing? Because you're so magical. And I just have always been, so happy and proud of who I am as a person. It's not to say I haven't made mistakes. Oh my God, I've made so many. Some I regret, and it is what it is. But I also love the fact that my life is so different and unique, and so is yours, and that's what makes you so special. And the world doesn't need a watered down version of you. It needs a fully upgraded, fully expressed and unapologetic, authentic version of you, because that also sets the standard for other people, and it also sets the standard of what comes into your life, because you're not going to tolerate narcissists, or you're not going to tolerate like toxic relationships or toxic work environments, or getting paid less than you deserve, because you've upgraded yourself. So you know what you deserve and what you're worth. And you deserve that version of you too, for yourself. And that's why when I was, listening to podcasts, because I love to upgrade myself and listen and evolve. And, there's a lot of content online and stuff where people are talking about like I said, getting the guy. It's not even just online. It's been probably in magazines and movies for God knows how long, definitely before I was born. But I believe that it's important to transform yourself for you. It's easy to, tell yourself those stories that if I become prettier or smarter or more successful, I will get the validation or approval that I've been craving, or the materialistic things or the man. But the thing is, transforming for someone else will never fill that void inside of you, because you could get that guy, but then if you're still deeply unhappy, then it's like you're never going to be, fully content. But when you focus on becoming someone else's dream girl, you're losing sight of your own dreams. And let me tell you, your dreams are the ones that matter most, because you should be so focused on yourself in the most beautiful way that it inspires people to also, go after their dreams, but also they'll support your dreams because they'll believe wholeheartedly in what you believe. And I believe that in a relationship, you're going to attract someone in, if you haven't already, who's going to think that everything that you want to do is incredible because it came from you, and like truly came from you, not because of what society told you to do. And it is, like I said, that act of self-love. It's you saying, I'm worth my own effort, and I'm worth my own time, and I'm worthy of creating a life that feels good to me, whether anyone else understands it or not. Like, I don't believe that everyone in my life has thought every decision I've made is smart. Of course not. Is every decision I've made my dream? Of course not either. But I did have certain dreams, like, YouTube and bodybuilding, which not everyone understands both those things actually, and moving to Bali, like so many things that were planted in my heart, or that I really aspired to do. And people had questions. Of course, they're the people that supported it, but there also is going to be judgment, and you have to understand that. But when it comes from a place of self-love instead of, insecurity or caring what other people think, everything shifts within you. This is truly how you start to become more confident, and your energy becomes more magnetic. And ironically, when you stop trying to be someone else's dream girl, the right people and opportunities will start to gravitate towards you, because you are showing up as your most authentic self. You're not trying to be someone else's dream girl. You're not trying to be a black cat. You're not trying to be this. You're trying to be that. You're trying to be you. So this was something that just came to me when I was like, yeah, I do think there's certain psychology and, theories that we can take and apply, but we have to make it uniquely our own. And we can't be going against what feels natural to us on a soul level. We have to make sure it's not our ego, or it's not our trauma, or, for me, it's like, I'm a loving person. I don't think I can be that girl that like pretends like she doesn't care. Because guess what? I do care. I am not nonchalant. I am the full chalant, baby, okay? So it's up to me to only chalant about people who are worth it and who have proven to me that they are worth my chalant. However, I'm not going to pretend that I'm someone else that I'm not, because that's just not who I am. So how can you start that transformation within yourself? Firstly, you can sign up to my masterclass, or just go and get the full damn course. No, I'm not kidding, actually. I poured my heart and soul into that. But, let's be real. How do you start the transformation from this? You start small, which is probably not what you thought I'd say. But identify like one area of your life where you can make an upgrade. Maybe it's just so simple, like committing to journaling in the morning, or reading a chapter of your book before bed, or deciding that you're going to work out 4 times a week, or saying no to something that drains you, or saying yes to something that excites you. You know, sometimes that resistance is actually because we know it's going to be good for us. Like sometimes I might have resistance if it's like going out and being social. Really, I want to be social, but the resistance comes just because it's like I want to stay in my comfort zone. And yeah, to upgrade ourselves, we have to get out of our comfort zone sometimes. So becoming your own dream girl isn't about being perfect either. It's not, that's not what I mean by dream girl, and your highest self isn't perfect either, but they are living in their purpose. It's, you know, being in your power a little bit more every day and choosing to live for yourself and not for anyone else, because you are already enough. And transformation isn't about becoming someone different. It's about finding out who you are on the most aligned, you know, divine level. And you're so incredible. And sometimes we just have to really see that within ourselves. And even me too. Like I say, I need to remind myself of these things. And sometimes we're in those voids, the dark night of the souls, and we're going through it. And we, you know, it's like life is like a wave. And sometimes we are drowning and we're tumbling in the waves and in the washing machine of life. And we need those reminders. We need those, you know, just kind of wake up calls. We need the podcast from Jade. And we just, you know, need to remember how special we are. Because, you know, when I was in it, I was not seeing these things. I was not seeing how incredible I was. I was not seeing my potential. I was just, you know, in such a depressed space and place that, you know, I had to choose to upgrade my life. And it is a choice. It really is. So I want you to choose yourself today and choose to become your own dream girl. So thank you so much for listening to me and spending some time with me today. If this episode did resonate with you, please pop me a review on Spotify or Apple. Share it with a friend, because when I go and see the analytics of my podcast and see that people have listened, I don't know why, it makes me happier than anything. Any Instagram like, any YouTube video. I could have 100,000 people watch a YouTube video, and then I could have like 100 people listen to a podcast episode. And for whatever reason, my podcast listeners, it just fills my heart with so much happiness, because I really feel like I'm being the truest version of myself, and you guys are receiving that, and that's so special to me. So yes, I would love if you shared it with a friend, gave it a review, and as always, keep growing, and remember, you are already the dream girl within you. Like, she's already there. She is already you. Now it's just stepping in to your full power. So I love you so much, and I will speak to you next time. Mwah.